Childhood is meant to be a time of innocence, happiness, and fun. But it only takes one thing for it to be destroyed in the blink of an eye. Hello everyone, my name is Anya, and in this video we're going to take a look at what happened on this day in the year 1993. The murder of Derrick Robie. On the 2nd of August 1993, 4-year-old Derrick Robie was going to a summer day camp at a park just 1 block away from his home in Savona, New York. A happy, playful little boy who was friendly to everybody he came across, it was the first time that Derrick had been allowed to leave the house on his own. He had promised his mother Doreen that he would be alright, and because the park was literally just 1 minute away from his home, Doreen agreed to let her son go off for the first time by himself. Derrick kissed his mother goodbye and promised that he would see her later. At 11 a.m. later that morning, with news that a storm was approaching, Doreen went to the park to collect her son, only to be shocked to learn that Derrick had never arrived at the summer camp. Emergency services were called and a search immediately began for the little boy. Just 4 hours later, investigators discovered the lifeless body of Derrick Robie in some woodlands close by to the park. Little Derrick had been strangled, beaten with rocks, and brutalized with a stick. The community of Savona, New York was shocked at the news of Derrick's murder. Nobody could understand who could have done this to such a little boy. People assumed that a stranger travelling through the area had spotted Derrick and brought him into the woods to murder him. They could not have been more wrong. In the days following Derrick's murder, a person approached the police and said he could potentially help with solving the case. Investigators grew suspicious though when they noticed that this person knew more about Derrick's murder than they did. Initially, they assumed that this person had been a witness to Derrick's murder and had been forced to keep quiet. But on the 8th of August 1993, this person ultimately confessed to the murder of Derrick Robie. This person was not a stranger. This person wasn't even a man, but a 13-year-old boy named Eric Smith. Eric Smith lived in the same community as Derrick Robie. He lived with his parents and his grandparents. He was known to have been close to his family, particularly to his grandparents. But to the community of Savona, New York, he was also known to be a loner. Eric struggled deeply with making friends at school. He was severely bullied for his physical appearance. He had red hair, freckles, wore glasses, and he had sticky out ears. He would be called names, beaten physically, and have his stuff thrown around. This bullying is said to have affected Eric physically, mentally, and emotionally, until one day he finally snapped. On the 2nd of August 1993, Eric Smith was riding his bike to the summer day camp when he spotted Derrick Robie going in the same direction. Seizing the opportunity to transform from victim to victimizer, Eric Smith lured Derrick Robie into the woods and brutally murdered him. In 1994, Eric Smith was found guilty of the murder of 4-year-old Derrick Robie. He was given the stiffest sentence allowed to a juvenile at the time, 9 years to life imprisonment. At his trial, Eric Smith expressed remorse for his crime and apologised to Derrick Robie and his family. After being denied parole 10 times throughout the years, in 2021, Eric Smith was granted parole for the first time at the age of 42. In February 2022, he was released from prison. He has gone on to say that he is not the same person he was at the time he murdered Derrick Robie, and has vowed to never set foot in the community of Savona, New York again. Derrick Robie's family have expressed their relief at not being able to sit through any more parole hearings, and they can finally move on with their lives. It has been questioned as to whether Eric Smith should have been released from prison for his crime. There have been some that said that a boy as young as 13 who can commit a crime as brutally as this should have remained in prison for the rest of his life. This is another sad case that shows that evil can be found where people least expect it. And it shows that childhood is meant to be a time of innocence, happiness, and fun, and it can be destroyed in the blink of an eye. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. My name is Anya, and we just looked at what happened on this day.